Well, hello everybody, it's Joycelina, and today I am on the AlphaCraft fan server, and this is their Halloween special area. So today we're going to work on seeing if we can do a nice little 50 by 50 plot Halloween build for their build competition. So with that, I will get started on putting up a framework, and once I figure out exactly what we're going to build, let's see, actually, can I talk through it with you first before I go off? I'm thinking I want a house. I built a Halloween kind of house on the on the Just Vanilla server a couple of years ago. So I'm thinking about doing something similar, although a different design, or slightly different design. So I'll do that here, and then maybe decorate the area around. We'll have to build some type of perimeter. And I want to have like a pumpkin patch area, but I also want to have a small little graveyard area as well. So we'll see what that's going to look like. I got to maybe start with some wool and try to just lay out the spread of what I think it's going to look like. So once I figure that out, I'll bring you back in just a bit. Okay, for me, the first part of doing a build is figuring out somewhat the location, just kind of putting a grid to it, and putting some, basically like a ruler along the side to let me know a little bit about where the blocks are. Now what I've done on here, this is a 50 by 50 square, but I'm going to want it to be a little bit symmetrical in areas. And so what I've done, I wanted to have some extra space over along the side here. And so this area is a little bit wider. So I have these 5 chunks or 5 block areas in between each of these tick marks, and then this is 7 blocks until the edge of the defined area. So that gives me an idea of how large it is and what I'm working with. This is going to be the center point of what I'm going to do most of my building in. So out here it will likely be some type of additional terrain and decoration that's not going to need to be symmetrical, but I think I want this area to be a little bit more where I know where the center is. Especially as I want to know where we're going to enter in, or where are we going to start our pathway, even though it might meander to where the house is then going to be. So for me now, the next step is kind of defining any type of terrain building that I want to do. So how that terrain landscaping is going to look, and we'll kind of measure that out. Maybe I'll do that with the brown wool to kind of just decide what we want the initial ground around here, and then how we want it to build up and to what height. So let me go ahead and go about doing that, and then I will bring you back once that's done. Okay, well, I ended up doing the first outline in grass block, which makes it a tiny bit difficult to see, but you can see with the dirt area here, kind of gives you an idea of the flow. So it's quite a nice flow. We're not going to have as much room through here. I might do maybe some type of water feature or something, but again, I'm still keeping that tick mark, so I know this is going to be the center point of most of what I'm doing my building. So it's going to be focused on here, and then these additional spots are just kind of periphery additional area. So I'm going to go ahead, and the next point is getting up and rising up to a certain level. Probably only about 2 or 3 more blocks, but it just will give it a little bit more height and some ability to do some detail. So I'll get started on that, and I will bring you back when that is all done. So I finalized the terrain. So we've got a nice slope coming up, and then a nice flat area in which we'll be able to build. Now I might do some different terraforming once we get to the back, but I need to get this final kind of the floor plan design on this hill before I can start worrying about what will be behind it. So I just wanted to come in and show you that we've completed our initial grade. It's a slight elevation, it's not too high, but we needed plenty of flat room in order to build our house. So that is what we'll work on next, and I will bring you in once we've at least got an outline and maybe the foundation laid. So now we've worked out the framework for the build. So you'll see we'll have a tower here on the end, and then we have just a square. But this is because the roof line that I am planning for the top, it kind of requires a square for it to work out best. Now we might be able to add later on some side little sections that bump out to give it a little bit more detail. But right now we're going to start with a basic square. And then you'll see we have a platform for our porch. We might extend that a little bit, but at this point I think I'm pretty satisfied with the side of that. That's where our entrance is going to be. You'll see it lines up fairly close. We hope to have the path start here but meander a little bit to the left so that it then lines up with the door to the house. So this is somewhat centered, and so with that we're going to start building in the rest of the walls. The walls have gone in, and I've also added some of the windows, which might be a little hard to tell when it's block on block, but we've got some windows, the doorway, and then the windows along the tower. And that gives us a perspective of how tall it's going to be, where our floors are going to be within the house, and where we can add our detail. So again, we go back to the fact that a lot of times in Minecraft, people build boxes because it's the easiest thing you build. And, you know, it's a blocky game, so then you build something blocky. So this is, I'm hoping with this episode, we'll be able to talk through how do you go from having a bunch of squares to having something more meaningful. The first thing we did, and you'll notice it from the top, is that I've offset the tower so that it is actually embedded into the square of the main house. So rather than it being detached or added onto, it actually then is incorporated inside that other square. So I think that's an important feature when you're adding on extra rooms or adding on towers, is making sure that they get incorporated into that building, meaning the tower doesn't start at this level, it starts inside. So it creates this long line that if we needed to, we could tear out, or we can incorporate as we're doing our interiors. But it's just a way of being able to say, this is the tower. Now we have a very narrow entrance, so any type of entrance will likely need to be right about here. This is going to be our floor level. I haven't put that in yet, but this would be the entrance then to the tower, would be this very slim opening here. But it does give us access. So from here, what I want to do next is I'll put in the flooring, and then I want to do the roof so that you can see what that's going to look like. So I will bring you back when that's done. Now you'll notice I haven't muddied this up. I've done it a little bit along the top here, just so you can see what that would look like, and along the bottom. So everything else though is the pristine stone block because it's just the easiest to put in. And it's also easier, in my opinion, to kind of figure out how we want to do those details with the other blocks once we have our solid slate of wall in front of us. So I will be back once we get a roof line in. Okay, so I have the walls and the roof line done. Very satisfied with how that turned out. Had to actually build my tower a little bit taller. Because once I built up the roof line for the main area, the main house, the tower just wasn't tall enough. So up we went. Now I went back and forth. This took me a long time to figure out how to make this tiered roof line work right. And so I actually added this little side decoration, and I want to credit that I got this off of Grian's Haunted Mansion that he designed that he did. So he did this outline, and so that is what I based that information off of. Wanted to add some little gables to the front so that there was a little bit of the windows that you could see. So I need to do the rest of the decorating of the windows, and I also need to rough everything up because this is still too nice. The walls do not look like they are for a spooky mansion at all, so I need to get all that done. Rough things up, put in basically utilizing stairs to kind of break up the nice solid wall so that it looks like it's a little broken, as well as using some other blocks. So I will get to roughing up the walls and bring you back once that is all done. Well, I've added the decoration around the windows as well as gone ahead and roughed up the walls. I don't have windows on the sides or on the back yet because I still need to figure out where I want an entrance, what kind of windows. Do I want the same kind of windows? Do I want something different? Do I want to have some patios? The other thing I did is I built a chimney. So I wanted to make sure we had a chimney that we were able to have as well, because in an old house like this, well, of course they're going to have a fireplace with a nice grand Gothic styled chimney, so I did that as well. So now it's a matter of kind of laying out some of our groundwork. So again, I don't want to finish the windows on the side and the back until I figure out where things are going to lay, if I'm going to have an entrance or an exit off of one of the sides, what their view is going to be. So I think next I'm going to start looking at building kind of our pathways around the plot. So this special AlphaCraft fan server is going to be closing soon, so I wanted to show off what I got accomplished. I didn't finish everything I wanted to do, but I think overall I really do like how things turned out. I added a little bit of I added a tree, kind of a ghosty type tree with a little bit of fire coming out of it. Added the fence line all the way across. Kind of like the design that I came up with. Just it spaces it out a little bit, so it's not completely just a solid line of iron, which I really appreciate. I have one little mausoleum here with our casket on top. And then I have over on this side, I like the arches also. They turned out really nice. Like how those turned out. And we just have a couple of graveyards over here, or gravestones over here. Here lies the body of Deadly Duff. Lightning struck twice, but once was enough. And up here, who do we have up here? We have, here lies the body of Jonathan Blake. Stepped on the gas instead of the brake. Whoops. I thought, wait a second, which one is it? Is there another one that I had? I thought I had one where, yeah, that's supposed to stay open so you can see his skull. And then over here we have Leo Tolstoy. Rest in war and peace. And this one is Humpty Dumpty. Rest in pieces. And last but not least, our final gravestone, Jolly Green Giant. Rest in peace. So that's about all I got accomplished. I did want to see if I could say, hey, tree, you're in my way. We had a few more builds that I just wanted to kind of explore. We had a number of people come in here and do some things which I thought were really creative. So I thought we'd come and look. Typort built a box. I don't know what's supposed to be inside there. It's a secret. He said, don't peek. Let me see. Where's the sign for this one? Probably in the front. A very fun build. Do we have a sign? Oh, here it is, I think. Dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. Kyberg welcomes you to Hotel California. Very neat. Actually, Keyborg. I say it wrong every time. Thank you, Keyborg. Really neat. Love how this turned out. Very, very fun. Over here, as we zoom over, we have, here's our pathway, our entry. Is there a sign? Where's the sign? Maybe it's over here. Oh, careful. I don't know what's down there. We'll check it out once we see a sign. I need a sign. Here it is. Uncle Jimbo, Temple of the Creeper God. Ooh. Oh, I see. Special door. Whoops. I'm going to have to see my hands clearly. Ooh. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I did not get a chance to decorate inside my place, which is a crying shame. This, very cool. I like these a lot. Those look great. Great job, Uncle Jimbo. Again. How can I not hit a lever? Thank you. Thank you. Over here, what do we have? Do we have a sign? Who's this by? I like the windows. Those look great. Little faces looking at you. Oh. Got some friends in there. Hello, friends. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Like the spooky garden area, spooky pumpkin. Very cool. Love it. And this, oh my goodness, they've extended. A nice Day of the Dead. Look, and I wonder if it zooms in to do something else. Is there a sign? Yeah, here it is down here. This is the work of Flaming Jewel and Jers, and Kaylee helped too. Thanks, Kaylee, for the extra help. Yeah, I saw Flaming Jewel on quite a bit while I was on. So yeah, I see mine carts. So this might be some type of fun ride hiding in here. Oh my. Be careful around those. Don't want to touch that. Wowee. Ah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Have a little bit of everything. Look at the recreation of the jungle temple. Scary lava pit. Oh. Guys, this looks great. That would be a fun ride. I don't want to go sneaking into their stuff and it might not be done. Another ride coming through. I think these are the larger plots, so they're 100 by 100. And this I love. I think this was Candy Bears, right? Wasn't this Candy Bears? Where's the sign? Well, I know because I saw a Candy Bear over here. Exit only. Yeah, I don't want to go messing about until I know I have permission. But that looks great. And I love these bobbing in the water. That's great. It's so cute. So extensive work done here. Ooh. Lots of spider webs inside there. Looks like a big spider sitting in there. Has grown to gigantic size. And again, we'll peek inside at all the work done. Oh, that looks like a very busy place. Look, they're busy cooking. That is fantastic. Wonderful job, Candy Bear. And friends. I don't know if you had friends helping. Looks like somebody like me gets started on what seems to be a really wonderful project. Oh, but finishing, you get something in your head and you hope you get it all done and then not able to do it. But Choco Moose working on a Halloween train ride. I hope, maybe, I wonder if we can get more time to get some of our stuff done. That would be fun. Did I see a sign around here? Where's the sign for you? Is it on the other side? It says quite the build. And I don't know where the inside is. Can we peek inside? Let's peek inside. Oh, even decorated on the inside. Fantastic. Looks like a tiny work in progress. More work in here. Nice. I don't know if this is a kitchen area or if this is a storage area for armor. Fantastic. Oh, I like the floor. Very cool. So nothing like a smithing table. That looks really neat. Really neat. And, oh, here's the sign. This is done by Useless Sabotage. Let's see, what else can we take a look at? Over here, as we fly through the air. Which side is your sign on? Is it over here? Here it is. This is done by Two Tally Great. And again, a little tunnel area. Ooh, let's go sneaking. Sneak a peek. What's down in here? Oh. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. I hope it resets. I hope I didn't bust it. Oh, I didn't. That's really cute. That's really neat. And a little house. What do you have in here? Yummy stuff. Interesting. Interesting. How much fun. And look at all the terraforming they did. It's just great. And then I think the last one to look at is who did this one. I think this is amazing. You have to come in on this shot to really see the witchy poo. Love the witchy poo face. And this is done by, whoop. Where's your sign? By AJ and June Bucket's Halloween Plot. Eastwick Coven. So now it looks wonderful. So well done. Oh, I didn't even think to use those blocks. Here lies Henry Blake. He stepped on the gas instead of the brake. Hey, he must be related to Jacob. Ruby Skag should have zigged instead of zagged. Excellent. Oh, this is really neat. Little pumpkins area, little waterfall. The Coven's doing a great job. Oh, more signs. James P. Moore. Here I lie, but don't you cry, for one day you too will die. Thanks, that's positive thoughts. Fred J. Fell. Here lies good old Fred. A big rock fell on his head. Humpty Dumpty, I was pushed. Look, Humpty Dumpty's died twice. Poor guy. For rent. Very small, one bedroom. Neighbors are dead quiet. Inquire below. Here we have Barry DeHatchet. Excellent. And over here we have Rest in Peace, Cousin Wet. We all know you didn't do it. Very nice. Oh my goodness. Well, I absolutely love how this turned out. It looks amazing. Amazing. So, well, I think that's going to do it for me. As we sit here and look at all our builds. Oh, and there's mine. Right over here. What? The tree's in the way. I really like how this turned out. It's very different from my last one. On my last one, my tower was centered. And I think going through and doing a different design was really fun. And so I'm glad you were here to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please feel free to leave it a like. And you can also hit that subscribe button. Then you know every now and then when I actually upload a video. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.